Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing? Hopefully you can hear me over the noise of the fan. Let me know if the fan is making too much noise. It's hot. My hair is still wet and I have a face cloth. Damp face cloth on the back of my neck. I know, it's green. My bathroom's not green. This face cloth appeared. I'd gone to my mum's and I'd forgotten to take one with me, so I borrowed one. And I need to take it back next time I go. My bathroom is pretty much white, and then I sort of have purple towels and blue towels and white towels and grey towels. I scared you. Sorry, Indy. I am sorry that I scared you. It was not intentional, but there you go. So yeah, it's hot. It is damn hot. It is really, really hot. I did put a poll up and I can't see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Did I put a poll? Sure, I put a poll up. And I can't see it. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. It's not appearing. It's showing. It's showing that it's there, but it's not appearing. So Elle put a link up to Count Bim Face's page, his YouTube channel. So please go and support Count Bim Face. Yeah, this week is all about the bin. Oh, what's that done now? Oh, for God's sake. No. Don't want that. Right. Sorry. Hit the mouse on the other PC. So yeah, I can't see the blooming poll. I don't know why. It's not showing on my, unless it's at the top. No, it's not at the top. That's bizarre. It's bizarre that it's not showing. No, it's not showing me the poll anymore. So I'm going to have to rely on you guys to tell me the results in a little while. When oh, okay. Well, Tommy Lee Cadden has just put up that he saw that Kurt Cobain only had 10%, and it's showing a link and it's not letting me start a poll. So I'm guessing that there is a poll somewhere. I don't know. If I have food between my teeth, I'm sorry, I am eating. I've not had a chance for any lunch, so I am eating while I live stream. So yeah, let's see who is in the chat to start with. So I pinned Elle's comment about, oh, is that the Good Law Project? Which one did I pin, Elle? I can't remember. Oh, I pinned Count Bim Face. She's also got a in fact, I'll pin that one for you, Elle. Hang on a second. Sorry, I'm having a moment. You know, it's the heat. It's the heat. It does actually, there we go. I've replaced that pinned message. For fuck's sake. Sorry, guys. Right, I do want to say that if the stream drops, I'm not going to restart. I do have the fan on, which is behind the laptop, so it should hopefully be keeping things cool. Everything's plugged in, so hopefully it's keeping things cool. It's not really doing much for me, but yes, here we are in, what is it? It's 32 degrees here at the moment. 32. 33. It's gone up to 33. Lovely. It's too hot. It's far too hot. My cats are struggling. I'm struggling. I've just had a notification from Severn Trent Water. Watering can instead of sprinkler and reusing paddling pool water. That's okay. I'm not emptying my bloody paddling pool. Can't be arsed. Right, so it's Friday and it's bloody hot. And it's been a week. It's been a week that seemed to be filled with perhaps a month's full of news, and most of it, as usual, has been dominated by Froggage and Count Binface, surprisingly. Yeah, what an awesome, 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 awesome thing that we've got a satirical figure standing against a satirical politician. And I only hope that he wins. I do. I know that it's highly unlikely, but I believe when I heard this morning it was 5-1 for Binface for the count. So yeah, maybe I'll put a bit of money on it, just, But yeah, I think it's absolutely awesome that we have a character that's decided to run against Toad of Toad Hall. Let's have a look who's in chat. So we've got the wonderful Elle, the wonderful Alexis, and the Alexis, thank you. I thought it was Alexis. And Draka, hope you're both doing well and not too hot. Hello, Billy, lovely to see you. Hello, my producer, Chris C. Billy, lovely to see you. Let's have a look who else we've got in chat. Doc Davis, lovely to see you. I already said hello to Mel. Sorry that I scared you, my darling. Was not intentional. Hello, Diz, lovely to see you. Shropshire Chris, hi, lovely to see you. I don't know if you've been here before, but welcome. Hi, David McGuinness, lovely to see you. I've missed your show for this last week. I have been sort of doing other stuff in the morning, trying to do other stuff in the morning. So I will catch up with you next week. Flag Shaggers nicked the poll. Yeah, I'll put up another poll when it's not letting me do anything with it. So I'll do it on Sunday. It wasn't, excuse me, it wasn't anything to do with politics at all. Sorry, guys, I've got a new inhaler and my old inhaler, and the new one's not helping. I think I'm going to have to tell my doctor it's not working. Tommy Lee Cadden, lovely to see you. Hello, Rosemary's lovely to see you as well. Just going down through the I think it's a crumb that's gotten stuck. You're not seeing the poll either. Leave it with you. Oh, Chris C. It's done it again. Somebody voted Jim Morrison. I would have voted Jim Morrison as well. Pin GLP, and I'll put, okay, done that. Pinned, who's too young to have a senior moment? I'm 57. 57, Shropshire. I'm menopausal. That's my excuse. I'm menopausal. Sorry, I've missed. So, okay, Wake Up's voted for Jim Morrison. Love the Doors. I love the Doors as well. Who else have I missed? Sorry, guys, I'm just running through the chat to see who I've missed. I'm drinking coffee and eating. Not good. Doc Davis, I'm normally working now, but did it early in the morning when it's cooler. Oh, yeah. Billy's nipped off to do the school run, so see you in a bit, Billy. Don't worry, Witchy. AO.com had fresh stock of AC units this morning. Within seconds of them going on sale, they sold out and said AC units are triple on eBay. I'm not buying an AC unit. I can't afford it. 28 degrees in the flat and 72% humidity. Yeah. Oh, cowabunga. I love that. I have actually, I went upstairs. I spent some time with Florence this morning. So I was cuddling her on the bed and giving her some scratches. And I had a couple of cold, damp face cloths. So I was rubbing her down with that. It's so hot in that room, but I can't let her out because that paw, again, this morning is not looking great. So she can't touch it because she's got a collar on, and I feel so bad. She's got the fan. She has got a fan. The curtains are closed in there, but it is warm in that room. So just before I came live, I went back into that room and I sat with her and I used cotton wool and just basically wet all her fur. Just, yeah. She looks a bit scraggly, but she's a lot cooler. 5-1. Yeah, beating Farage big time. 5-1 or 1 in 5. No one gets out of here alive. I like that. Don't chuck your money in the bin. I'd rather chuck it in the bin than in the frog. Sorry, guys. Still going through the chat here just to see if I've missed anybody. I'm starting to, this Tommy Lee Cadden says, I'm starting to think that a career in air conditioning business might be a good move. And it's only going to get warmer. It's only going to get warmer. I've got some interesting stories. I'm not sure if I'm going to get time to do them all. I've also got some stuff on bin face and so on. So I'll just get through, as we do. Whatever I don't talk about today, though, I will talk about on Sunday. Reform candidate for Greater Manchester mayoral race has stated that voters for other parties should be made to house migrant rapists and criminals. Well, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Lovely. And that's the kind of people that a lot of the population want to be in power. It's not so much the heat, it's the blasted humidity. I managed 2 hours sleep last night because of it. No more stock of AC units until late September. Well, don't forget the world's at war, so stuff not being transported and shipped and stuff. So it's make do and mend, isn't it? I also struggled to sleep last night, Chris C. I was awake. Oh, it was awful. Absolutely awful. Couldn't sleep. Tried. Eventually fell asleep. When I woke up this morning, I'd planned to go for a run earlier this morning. I felt so ill, the heat. So tonight I'm actually going to sleep downstairs. I've got a day bed in my dining room. When my mum used to come and stay, I think I've told you guys this before, but when she used to come and stay, I had the day bed because she can't get up and down the stairs. I've got a downstairs loo and a sink. So, she'd only stay for a couple of days, bless her. And she, she can't come now. She's far too, poorly now. So, yeah. My cat mainly just sitting at open door. I've got Thorn's out somewhere. He's out somewhere. He keeps coming in and he's covered in muck. He's just rolling in whatever he can find. But the rest are all in. They're all in shady, cool spots. Yeah. Hi, Sarah Davies. Lovely to see you. Oh, you mean the work might be seasonal? Well, it might be seasonal. It might not be seasonal. I'm tempted to hire a refrigerated van and sit in the back with the fridge motor on. Hi, Mithril. How are you doing, my love? Are you feeling a bit better today? I hope this heat can't be helping you at all. I don't know if it's cooler where you are, but yeah. So I was watching a video this morning about how to survive in the heat. So much of what we already do is good. So the using damp face cloths or tea towels or towels on the, so it's a doctor. So putting it on the back of your neck, because obviously there's major arteries there, under the armpits, major arteries there, and in the groin. I know, you don't want to, but there are major arteries that are in the groin that come into the body because the body overheats. And I have said this before. As we get older, this doctor was saying past 60, our body struggles to regulate our heat, our body temperature, and deal with heat. So we sweat less. And sweat is the body's natural way of cooling the body down. So having a fan on, we may feel cooler because the skin temperature is cooler, but our inside body is not necessarily cooler. So, and I've said it before, I've been saying this for years. It's something that I've done for a long, long time because I lived in South Africa. So it's something that I've done for years. Cold cloth on the back of the neck. If you are able to, pop it in the freezer for a little while so it's even colder, and have them on rotation. Feet into cold water, cold shower, or, you know, very, very cool shower if you don't want to get into a cold shower. What I do with my showering, because getting into a cold shower can be a bit of a shock, can't it? So I sort of turn it up a little bit, and then I keep turning it down as I'm standing there. And you can get, I mean, you know, if you've got a shower. If not, you might have a spray, you know, a hand spray that you can spray yourself with. But, you know, and of course, obviously, sipping water throughout the day. Don't allow your urine to become dark. Your urine wants to stay that colour. That's cream cracker colour. Cream cracker colour. There you go. You can see it better like that. That's cream cracker colour. I've got the overhead light on today. I forgot to turn it off. So, yeah, you want light to clear urine. So make sure you are drinking enough fluids, because the fluids will help cool down the body from the inside. My computer is in a room which faces east, warm in the morning, nice and shaded in the afternoon, and back door wide open to get sea breezes. Oh, Mithril, you've got sea breezes. Oh, does thorn nestle in my side? It's all you'll ever be. I love Annie Lennox, loved the Eurythmics when I was growing up. It's either air conditioning or pineapple farming. You could do grapes, you know, make some wine, have a winery. Yeah, this room is it's the warmest in winter, but it's probably the coolest besides the dining room in summer. It doesn't get the sun in the afternoon because this faces west, but there's two massive sycamore trees. And on the east side of my house, there's no windows at all. The back of my house faces north, obviously. So I sleep in that side. The front of the house is south. It's awful. It's so hot. The sun just streams in. I've got the curtains and the blinds closed, but it's still hot. It's 35 degrees in Burton, and it's not due to drop below 30 degrees until after 10 p.m. Cream pea, yes. I'm not thinking of it, Elle. You are, not me. What was a good suggestion, Tommy Lee? The face cloths, putting it in the freezer. Well, not it, but putting the face cloths in the freezer. But anyway, just keep cool. Now, there are certain medications that can cause problems with heating in the... Oh, growing grapes. Yeah, growing grapes. I just realized then was growing grapes. Because, I mean, you can make wine. Even if you don't make wine to sell, you can make wine for yourself. So certain medications do react badly to heat. So antidepressants, that's SSRIs, and the other ones, I can't remember the abbreviation for them. It's the ones that I take. The fluoxetine, it is the same as not Valium, the famous Prozac. It's the same as Prozac. Beta blockers and water tablets. So that is water tablets, whether you are taking them because you have too much water in your body, or you have heart problems. So, and especially people with heart problems, please be careful in this heat. Please make sure that you are trying to stay as cool as possible. Also, you know, I know a lot of us have take medication that messes with our bodies, and mine definitely. And I'm on antibiotics at the moment as well. Shropshire Chris, antidepressants are crap in this weather. My internal thermostat is confused. Yeah, at least 4 of your meds are on the list, Sarah. Yeah, Yeah, guess who forgot shoes? Is forgetting shoes a bad thing? You're a duck. You don't need shoes when you're a duck. Yeah, so be aware of the tablets. And if you do start to feel ill in any way, shape, or form, if you start to feel dizzy, if you start to feel confused, ring 999. Get yourself to hospital. Get yourself to hospital. If you really struggle, if you've got a local centre near you, a library or somewhere that's got air conditioning, pop along there if you can. But please, guys, please take care in this heat. It is difficult. It is difficult. And those of us who are on meds and, who have menopause, I mean, I've got an internal bloody heater. So, yeah. What Zach was a pro at. He was a pro at undepressing us. Hi, Sid. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. So I've done my spiel now about body temperature. Oh, Chris C's just put a comment up. I'm trying to stay as cool as possible and have stopped taking the blood pressure tablets due to the heat. Don't fancy passing out with low blood pressure. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Absolutely. A friend of mine has just been diagnosed with diabetes, so has just started taking diabetes medication and has been feeling absolutely awful as well. And, it is when this morning when I got up and I thought, you're taking antibiotics and I don't know what they do to body temperature, but yeah. So it's 2 days now, no running. Bit of bad news. I didn't get into the London Marathon. I got an email last night. Didn't get in. I don't know if I'm going to re-enter next year when they open the ballot again. It depends how fit I feel. This last couple of weeks, I've had so I've got a big inhaler, Lefurbeck, and then they've given me a new one. It's like a powder. It's a weird one. I've never used this one before. But I've noticed that my chest is actually getting cracklier. So there's a lot of stuff sitting here. And, if I breathe a certain way, I can hear it. And I'm not able to expel it. So I might actually quit taking it this weekend and see how I feel by Monday. I think, and I've said this to many, many people, if the doctor tells you to use something, then use something. It was quick, Alistair. Hello, my lovely. You've been a member for 1 month. Yay! Absolutely lovely to see you. Absolutely lovely to see you. And you're a member for a month. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Symbicort, I don't know what that is. Oh, Alistair, you are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He's gifted 10 memberships. So let us see who has got a membership. We have got Sid. Sid, you're a member. Yay! City Limits Photo, you are now a member. Lisa BG1I is now a member. Dan Glee Balitz, I think that says. Miss LB is a member. SG, aka SG. Shade Vikin. Pete's Music. Oh, has anybody heard from him? Has anybody heard from him? He's always in my thoughts, always in my thoughts. And a Bristle Broom 4378 is also a member. Thank you so much. Alistair, you are awesome. You are absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I meant to get ribbons and sort them out, but I'll wave this ribbon around. There we go. Wave the ribbon around. He does bring on the awesome, doesn't he, Diz? Heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Thank you, Chris C. That's fabulous that you've put that up. Absolutely fabulous that you've put that up there. I'm just going to... No. No. Oh, bollocks. Am I still here? Yes, I'm still here. Can you all still see me? I pressed the wrong thing, guys. I pressed the wrong thing. I thought I'd kicked myself out. Yeah, would that be a new thing? No. Let's have a look who, because we've got lots of stuff. Get your ass in here, Pete. Absolutely. Absolutely, Elle. Oh, Mithril, you're you were already a member, I think, weren't you, the other day? Didn't you get your membership the other day? I think you did. He is a star. He is a star. He's an absolute star. Not heard anything from Pete, sadly. I know. I've been, yeah. I just wish we could find out. That's the main thing. I wish we could find out. I'm sort of hoping he's sat there watching us and knowing that we're talking about him and that we still love him and we send him our best. Just supporting good content makers to help them along, Witchy Goth, like I do with a few. I know you do. I know you do, Viper. You'll link information in the Discord. Thank you, Chrissy. That's excellent, because I tried to open that heat stroke thing and it kicked me out. So yeah, thank you. But thank you so much for the gift memberships, and thank you for all that you do for the channels, because as I've said this before, without you guys, I wouldn't be here. Because I never used to stream, and it was a thing that I started doing. And I think it might have been Elle that said, when are you going to stream? And I thought, you know what? Okay. And yeah, here we are. Friday afternoon, streaming along. Hi, Miss LB. Lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. Sorry, just having a sip of my coffee before it goes cold. Before it goes cold. No, it doesn't need, it's not going to go cold in this heat, is it? So I've talked about the heat thing, which I did want to talk about first of all. Now, Count Bimface, who is he? What is he all about? So this popped up in my feed this morning. No, go away. Why is it doing this now? Oh, no. It's not letting me read it now. I read it earlier and it's not letting me read it. Bloody hell. Hang on, guys, because it came up on another channel. Okay. So it's the same story, but it's been reprinted on AOL. The strange and surprisingly moving story behind Count Bimface, the man taking on Farage. And it's from The Independent. So it's just that The Independent, for some reason, wouldn't let me read it. Yeah, I read it this morning. So this is by Katie Rosinski. And it's from today's date. When the residents of Clacton come to cast their votes in the newly announced by-election later this summer, it seems they will have a choice between two main candidates: a man with a habit of spouting what is to some total rubbish, and a sentient bin. This week, Reform UK leader Nigel Froggage set out his plans to resign as the MP for Clacton and stand again for his seat. I mean, that in itself is just absolutely bonkers. Why would you do that? And, you know, it's sort of almost like an admission of guilt, allegedly. You know, let's say this is all allegations at the moment and is being investigated. So I must say, and specifically say allegations. But if you weren't guilty, you wouldn't step down. And it is a gimmick. This week, Reform leader Froggage set out his plans to resign as MP for Clacton and stand again for his seat, following a scandal over undeclared gifts, including $5 million from cryptocurrency billionaire Christopher Harborne, which is being investigated by the Parliamentary Standards Commissioner. and rightly so. I mean, we all know the story now. He's just gone on to say it was a gift. I didn't have to declare it. I wasn't a politician at the time. He's been a politician for 25 years. He is a politician. Even when he wasn't a politician, he was still on the telly as a politician. He has always been a politician. So, and it states in the rules, the House of Commons rules, that you have to declare a year prior to your MPship. But he didn't. This was within that year and he didn't declare it. His intention, he has said, is to be judged by his constituents rather than the establishment, arguing that he has done no wrong and the probe is a political tool. He's a tool. Froggage, I mean, is a tool. And it's not, a political tool. It's not a political tool. It is right. We know if Starmer or if Kemi Badenoch or if Ed Davey were to receive 5 million quid like that, he would have had an apoplectic fit in Parliament. His opponents, however, see this move merely as Farage's latest attention-grabbing feat, a way to shift the focus away from the investigation, which will be suspended during his campaign. Now, I did hear something yesterday, and I think it was Christian Guru Murphy, I think that's his surname, said that would still be ongoing. I might be wrong. In a rare show of unity, the major parties have refused to put forward candidates to fight in Clacton. Labour and Tories alike have disdained Farage's decision, with Badenoch describing the by-election as fake and Starmer calling it a desperate political stunt, which it is. It is a stunt. It's not, it is purely to detract from the 5 million. He was being hounded about it. He got angry about Sky News being outside his house, which had been before, and that's a whole, load of bollocks in itself. Farage's only challenger appears to be Count Binface. Now, I do know that Fox, what's his name? Lawrence Fox is also standing. Such a loser Fox. God. And I think some of the monster raving loony party members are standing, but I want Binface to win. I do. The intergalactic rubbish basket wearing alter ego of comedian John Harvey, who over the course of the past decade has become a strange fixture of British politics, sneaking into the frame of almost every big election. It is perhaps not quite accurate to refer to the upcoming by-election as a two-man race, given that Binface self-identifies as an alien from the planet Sigma-9. His policies are similarly spaced out, with proposal to bring back CFAX, nationalise Adele, and conscript anyone who plays loud music without headphones on public transport. Frankly, the last one could provide the platform that sweeps into victory. He already enjoyed a flurry of attention back in June when he ran against Andy Burnham in the Makerfield by-election. Earlier this week, Burnham shared a photo of him shaking hands with his competitor, captioned, "Always worth knowing when bin day is," in an apparent jibe at Farage. Binface has also previously unsuccessfully fought elections against former MPs Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak, creating the sort of bizarre election night tableau that prompts the international media to ask, is Britain okay? Clacton, though, could be his biggest stage yet. If, in the unlikely event that the humans of Clacton prefer me to Old Nige, then I will do my very best to represent them, Binface recently told The Guardian. Should he somehow end up in Parliament, though, on some sort of boat-face-style jokey protest vote, he would have to remove the striking silver headpiece. MPs can't wear headgear when they are addressing the House of Commons. There is also a old restriction that bans them from wearing suits of armour in the chamber too, dating back to 1313, so that rules out his intergalactic threads too. Comedy candidates have long been a mainstay of British politics. You only have to think back to Screaming Lord Sutch and his still active monster-raving loony party. But who is the man behind the bin? Harvey studied classics at Oxford before embarking on a writing career, which has seen him work on TV shows such as Have I Got News for You, The Revolution Will Be Televised, and Armando Iannucci's the thick of it, which surely allowed him to hone his appreciation of the topsy-turvy weirdness of Westminster. His interest in comedy and politics, he has previously revealed, was fostered by his older brother Dan during a childhood that was often turbulent. Harvey explained in a powerful piece for The Times in 2024. Their dad was an alcoholic, and he wrote, "We suffered it as a secret shame, and it burnt us. The brothers got through it by wrapping themselves in a comfort blanket of shared passions, laughing at old episodes of Blackadder." Blackadder, brilliant. In 2015, Dan died unexpectedly at the age of 43 and was posthumously diagnosed with diabetes. Since then, Harvey has admitted he has struggled with the sense of guilt that so often plagues the suddenly bereaved in low moments. "My heart thumps with failure, the thought that I could have done something else," he told The Times, "that I should have tried harder." His strange side hustle as a joke candidate, he reckons, emerged as an admittedly eccentric means to keep Dan's spirit alive and to help his joy continue to radiate. His first foray into politics was under the guise of Lord Buckethead, a creation inspired by a character from the sci-fi parody Gremloids, a 1984 movie that aimed to spoof Star Wars. Buckethead was their low-budget version of Darth Vader. Donning a tall black bucket on his head, Harvey contested the 2017 general election against Theresa May in her Maidenhead constituency. He earned 249 votes by promising strong, not entirely stable leadership. When Buckethead's political travails were covered in the media, however, Harvey became embroiled in a copyright row with the writer of Gremloids, and so decided to take on a new cosmic persona, giving himself a slight little bump up in the process. Count Bimface was born. He went on to stand against Johnson in 2019 and Sunak in 2024, as well as taking part in the London mayoral elections twice, with his biggest success coming in 2021 when he earned more votes than far-right group Britain's First candidate, Nick Scanlon. His campaigns tend to be crowdfunded online, with any surplus going to the homelessness charity Shelter. And Farage will pocket his surplus, won't he? He'll pocket it. He's not going to give it away to charity. When he's not dressing up as a trash can, Harvey lives in Sussex with his wife Sarah, an actor and voice artist, and their 2 children. In a recent feature for The Times, he revealed how he has been camping out in the living room since their youngest was born to allow Sarah to peacefully co-sleep with the baby. After Farage has spent so long attempting to turn political discourse into theatre, there's a certain logic to the fact that he now seems about to be joined on the stage by a jester, especially one who might appeal to those who think that politics is, well, rubbish. Earlier this week, Badenoch suggested that if it's the people versus the establishment, I think Nigel Farage might be looking like the establishment and Count Bimface maybe the people. Whatever your views on Badenoch, she might just have a point this time. And I agree. I do agree. So that's a little bit about his history. I mean, you know, did he go... sorry, my table, don't collapse. Did he go around singing Hitler Youth songs? You know, no, he didn't. Did he cause Brexit? No, he didn't. He didn't. Seems like a good man to me. Seems like a really good man to me. Okay, we're talking about pew-pews there. Oh, it's the Durham Miners Gala this weekend. Okay. Yeah, Mithril. My mum was like, oh, she died today. My mum's like, I liked her. Okay, mum. Because of, what's it, Strictly. She said she thought she was funny. But, you know, rest in peace. And Bonnie Tyler, of course, passed yesterday. That's very sad. You know, we're at that place, aren't we, where, you know, a generation is disappearing. Oh, you met her, Chrissy. Oh, God. I hope you disinfected yourself afterwards. He's using his education well, Suzanne. He certainly is. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne. You have joined us. Lovely to see you. The amount of damage done by froggage is immeasurable. It is. Brexit, you know, the division that he has sown. Absolutely vile caricature of a man. He's disgusting. It's ego driven. It's financially driven. It's just sickening. It is just sickening. Good that generation is going. Yeah, unfortunately, not quick enough. So the Daily Mirror has interviewed some people in Clacton, and here's what they had to say about froggage. I bet there's an ad. Sorry.
He's a mini Trump. He has been around Trump too much. He's picked up on Trump's bad habits.
But all these people have come over and just take advantage of our systems. We're not trying to make that. No.
Yeah, but that's just okay. So we all vote for him.
Yeah.
When you had news yesterday about the resignation and the by-election, what were your thoughts? What were you thinking?
It's to delay the investigation, point blank. So there must be obviously some truth behind what has been claimed. And as an MP, he's never here. So he's always either in America or off doing other things, and you never see him. So what's the good of having a MP when he's never around? The only time you will see him is when it's coming up for election.
And for you didn't vote for him.
No. He's a mini Trump. He has been around Trump too much. He's picked up all Trump's bad habits.
It's predicted that probably about £200,000 of public taxpayer money is going to be spent on this by-election.
I wish you could see this. Sorry, guys. The interviewer, she's very quiet. But there was Farage was sat on the, where they have the little beach hut things. He sat there eating an ice cream, and it dripped on his trousers. Somebody said to me yesterday on some feed that I was in, I was busy trolling. They said, how would you like to have a milkshake thrown over you? And I said, well, I've had pee thrown over me, and I've had a 9mm shoved in my face. So a milkshake wouldn't be that bad. No response. No response. You know, it's like when you used to go to gigs. I don't think that the lads do it so much anymore, but they used to pee into the beer plastic pint things and then just chuck them, and everybody would be covered in pee. I don't think they do that anymore. Which, please stop that with that image. Sorry. Farage should be used to having dairy products on his suit. Elvin Archer, hello. Thank you for joining. Reform is Russian fascist billionaire psyop to destroy the UK from within, like Trump in the US. Absolutely. I can tell you now, all of us on this agree 100% with you. We do not support reform at all. We are very anti-reform. We support different parties on the left and centrist parties, but we don't support the right wing. I am happy and open, and I've said this many times to my mods in the chat, that I'm happy and open to have discourse with people who are on the right, as long as it is polite and not disgusting. As soon as you start with the personal insults, they've lost, because I've always got more. Alistair, thank you so much. Thank you, my darling. No constituent meat no constituency meeting, missed 70 votes in Westminster, been in there only when PMQs was on, not turned up in Clacton. Absolutely, Viper. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. That is absolutely awesome. You are an absolute star. You are an absolute star. We should put a star after your name. Yeah, he's not an MP. He's a grifter. He is a grifter. He's only in it for himself. He doesn't care. I don't know if it was Phil that might have been saying this earlier, because I did watch a lot of Phil's stuff today, and Graham wasn't on this morning, was he? And I've obviously been watching Reagan Elite and Daily Blase, and I've been trying to keep up with everybody. And, you know, has he done this on purpose so that he can bow out gracefully, you know, sort of, lose? Because he's now complaining that no other candidates are standing from the normal parties, just Count Bimface and Loser Fox and the Monster Raving Loony Party, whoever they are. And there'll probably be some independents that stand as well. There normally are. But yeah. Thank you, Elvin. I've just seen that. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you too. And yeah, no, I'm hot, as in like, but yeah, I'm sat in as little clothing as I can get away with on camera, and I've got the fan on, but it is very hot. It's 33. I think it was 33 the last time I looked in where I live. Hang on. Yeah, 33 here. So I've got my paddling pool out though, so I shall go and have a dip a little later. But thank you for joining. Really, really appreciate it very, very much. So again, thank you, Viper Scott. You just, I swear, you keep us all going. You keep us all going. Some of you may remember Bass Saxon, one of my trolls that comes on here every now and again. I don't know if he's still around today. He actually put a video up on one of my videos this week. I can't remember. There's a link, and he says there, does anybody like seagulls? So I investigated this video. I watched it and I thought, well, that doesn't seem right. And it's actually full fact. I went and checked on full fact, Google. Google is your friend. And she was actually the woman who was catching the seagull, was on a gate and then jumped into a yard. And it was near London Bridge where this was happening. And she was catching the seagull to tag it, not to go and cook it and eat it. This video has been doing the rounds since, I think, 2022, 2023. One of them that I saw said Grimsby on it. It's false. It is the RSPB have actually said, no, this is official, that she was there to capture the bird for tagging. So no matter what anybody says about that video, that's the reason. And this is the problem with the far right, although they claim they're not far right. I was called a Marxist as well. Clearly has no clue what Marxists are, or what Marxism is. Anyway, so, oh, and then apparently I'm living off of his back because he says, you probably don't work either and you're living off of my back, as in his money. I had my own business, dude. I was a yoga instructor. Where is my yoga? Oh, my yoga certification's here because it fell off the back. That's my certificate of license for being a minister. I did work until I could no longer work due to health issues. So, yeah, I paid my dues. So, fuck you, Bass Saxon. Sorry. Breaking news. Chris C has just put up some breaking news here. And Widdicombe's death is being investigated by police, with Devon and Cornwall Police Service due to hold a press conference later this afternoon. Oh, Chris C, if that happens, let us know what channel it is, and I'll get it up on the thing if it's within the time frame that I'm here. I missed your first super chat. I missed your first super chat. I'm sorry, Viper. I know you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ekis Bafok. Heard activists from Manchester to get bus down to Clacton are reform bricking it. Of course they are. Of course they are. Thank you. My God, Viper. You're far too generous. Far, far, far too generous. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. One day we are all going to get together and meet and have a couple of drinks, whether it's tea, coffee, cake, alcohol, whatever. And we're going to give each other big hugs in real life instead of big hugs on Tinterweb. Thank you so much, Viper. I missed that. Yeah, they are being bussed down from Manchester to Clacton. I think it's so funny. I think it's hilarious. I absolutely think it's hilarious. This whole situation. Will he back down from this? Will he step back and go, no, I'm not resigning? Can he do that? I don't know. Does anybody know if he can actually rescind his resignation? He was obviously Mardy when he did this. I mean, he was, the interview that he did with Sky, when Sky accosted him at the airport, he was very angry. Trump had probably told him to piss off or something, but he was very angry about that. And it was his house. That was the house where he was registered for the last election, where he was registered to vote for the last election, even though he's apparently renting it out. Not renting it out, but his daughter's now living there. But, there was no confirmation of that. It was one Sky journalist who went to the door and left. There was no mob of people. It was one person. And if you're on the electoral register, and if you are a famous person, whether your fame is due to being a politician or a rock star or whatever, people will hound you. People will hound you. And he has to, understand that. He's a divisive character. He's a divisive figure. People don't like him. Some people think he's great and they're idiots, but people with brains don't like him. I'm so sorry, Viper Scott, that I missed that that first. I'm so sorry. I feel like such a dickhead. So you deserve an oracle card, because that's what I put, that I'd give an oracle card for this first super chat. I only put one goal up today because, Dreamtime creation. Okay, so in Australia, the Aboriginals, they go off out into the deserts, into the, what's the word I'm looking for? Begins with a B. Menopause brain. And they do what they call a dream time. And it is where they meditate on the world around them. They're like the Buddhist monks. It's like similar to the Native American Indian Sundance festivals that they do, where they pierce their skin and they, don't eat for days and don't drink for days. And they go into this whole sort of meditative state. And it's known as the dream time, when they go out into the desert and they do this this whole journey. It's like a sort of spiritual journey, and it's all about creativity. So whatever you're doing, you're on the right path. Listen to those dreams. I had an amazing dream last night. I was an Egyptian. It was brilliant. Let's start another goal. Okay, start another goal. Is it going to start? Has things gone kaput? Because I don't see things happening. Okay, there we go. I think hopefully Count Binface will take out the rubbish in Clacton. Absolutely. Sorry, guys, I have missed some chats here due to faffing about. So, but once again, thank you so much. You get ribbons. Reform claiming to be anti-establishment is It is just stupid. It is. He is the establishment, and yet, unfortunately, some people believe him. It is lack of cognitive thinking, lack of being able to look at a problem from both sides and being able to see, okay, he's done this, why has he done that? And, you know, Rupert Lowe is talking crap in the US. Yes, Suzanne, I've actually got that up here. I don't know if I'm going to have time to play it, though, because it is nearly 4 o'clock. And don't forget, at 5 p.m, it is Daily Blase with Friday Frolics. Please head over there. I know one of my wonderful mods will put the link up so that you can go through the Time Warp portal to go and watch Daily Blase. Britons would rather see Count Binface win Clacton by-election than Froggage, according to a poll from Ipsos released today. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. I didn't see that poll. I have been trying to stay on top of it, but yeah. Deny, attack, reverse, victim and offender. It is absolutely, absolutely. It's the narcissist playbook. It is. Fascist Fox. Yep. Count on the count. I keep going on saying, what is my little phrase that I've got going now? Count. Oh, I can't remember now. It'll come back to me. Especially Clay. Oh yes, about the Dunblane massacre. There was one. I know. I'm just like, how dare he? How dare he? How dare he? The state took his daddy's pew-pews away. Yeah. Oh yeah, Starmer was gifted with a pew-pew, wasn't he? I think from the Turkish government. But obviously he's not allowed to bring it here. I don't know what kind of... Oh, I think it was a revolver. And they said they have to decommission it. And I'm like, remove the firing pin. That's all you have to do to decommission it, is remove the firing pin, and it won't work. He lives on a farm and he has pew-pews. Yeah, there'll be shotguns though, won't they, for shooting. And yeah. Yeah, she did. She passed. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris C. I agree with you. I was, again, I was having a conversation with somebody and they were on about gun laws being changed. I can't remember what it was now. But I said to them, you know, they need to be taken away from the rich, because every year they breed the pheasants to kill them. Over there, I try and get the pheasants to fly the other way. You know, if I see the shooters in their hide in the field, I'm like, no, pheasants, come on, this way. They shoot at the rabbits. They shoot at the crows. I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. Sorry, I've missed so many chats here, guys. I do apologize. So I am sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, Putin is a fascist controller. Putin's insane. Absolutely insane. Big shout out to the centrist party. You know, I mean, I'm a lefty. I'm not as far left as some, but I'm definitely further left than most. I'm a witch, for goodness sake. You know, I believe in freedom of, you know, being able to run around naked if you want to, within reason, obviously not in front of kiddies. You know, I believe that we should legalize specific substances. I believe that people should have freedom of movement across borders with passports. And I can see that my laptop is starting to overheat again, guys. So if the feed drops, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to restart the feed. So, yes, I'm sorry, Viper, about missing that. It was engraved Magnum revolver with live ammunition. Yeah, I mean, they just have to take the ammunition out and the firing pin though, because I had a Taurus 38 revolver. It's like it's known as the Saturday night special, snub nose. I loved my little pew pew. The rich want to hunt foxes. There's one running in Clacton. Absolutely, Sarah Davis. She was found with serious head injuries and covered in the red goo. Wow. Wow. Wait a minute, you're a witch. And a goth. Don't forget the goth part. You have a broom. I have several brooms. Right, let's go back to what some of the Clactonites have to say about froggage before I go on to the next thing.
Waste of taxpayers' money to do that. I don't know. I understand that the other parties are not trying to put anybody up for election, and that's probably a good idea. Unless they did a unity group from all of those other parties just to campaign, that might be a good way forward.
Yeah, but the only person that's come forward is Count Binface.
Okay, yeah, so we all vote for him then.
Yeah.
At least we've got an option.
Yeah.
But he could be in Parliament.
He is, and I can think of a lot better things to be that money to be spent on than a by-election.
Such as, we should ask probably for the area, what is it that Clacton actually needs?
Well, I'm actually a bus driver. The bus service here is shocking. Other roads are shocking. Where you only look around the town, it's so run down. It needs improvement.
I think he's made his point, and if no one else wants to stand in for the major party, don't vote for him.
£5 million gift.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Is it dodgy? Well, you tell me a politician that doesn't do dodgy stuff. That would be my remark on that one.
Ain't that what people are supposed to be doing? Earning money and earning a living and being clever.
About the £5 million gift though, because obviously there's been quite a lot of
Well, it goes on in all areas, doesn't it? In politics, whether it be Tory, Labour, whoever. If they've got friends in high places, they seem to be getting these cash injections from somewhere.
Can I ask, if you want to share, did you vote for Nigel a few years ago? And what do you think? Has that much changed in your opinion since the £5 million gift and the Commons probe and a couple of other things that have come along? I don't know if that's...
Everything's changed in Clacton.
Well, I think, has your opinion changed?
My opinion hasn't changed.
Yeah,
no.
you'd still vote for him?
I would still vote for him, yeah.
And what are your thoughts on the only person, you just mentioned that none of the parties are standing up against him this time?
Apart from somebody...
Count Binface.
Count Binface.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's just a
Do
joke.
you think anybody would vote for him?
No, Count Binface isn't a real... It's just a comedian having fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all it is. If they bring him down completely so nobody can vote for him, obviously they can't vote for him. But I also think it's made a lot of people more determined to vote for him because of the fact that, they were always out to get him, and maybe they've got him.
Who would you vote for then, between Nigel and Count Binface?
Nigel.
You vote for Nigel?
Yeah. Right, because I've got mates who've come over. I used to work with from Poland, and all sorts have come over here legally, got their self-employment legally, and they're great. But all these people think they can come over and just take advantage of our systems.
Illegal ones.
These frogs, and it does put, and unfortunately, it does create a racial barrier between people that are over here, legally, and people that have been born over here. Like yourself, killed from, blah, blah, blah. They start acting racist, there's no need for that. We're back in being now. We're not going to make that. No.
And you know why I voted Brexit? Because all we got told is that the European Union's costing the NHS millions and millions of pounds a week. So that's where they got us captured. But if I were to go back there and change my mind, I probably wouldn't have voted to leave.
It was very bad sound on there, guys. I'm really sorry about that. And still, there are people that would vote for Farage, even though he's done nothing for the constituency. The bus driver there was the clever one. He said no. He thinks that Farage is done uselessly. They're looking for a white male suspect. Hi, Just Hannah. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, probably Chris C. However, like, yeah, you said there that they'll use it to stir up more hatred and tension. But apparently it's a white bloke. Yeah, that's something that annoys me a huge amount, as you guys will know, who followed the channel and who watch my videos, that I get very upset when people ignore white ex-offenders and rapists, and especially the children who do it, and they don't have the same vitriol that they do against different ethnicities. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter what your ethnicity. If you grape or attack or, you know, offend somebody, you should be locked up. That's it. That's what I believe. Having been a victim, now a survivor, you know, that is my, yeah. Hi, DB, lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. We have been telling everybody to pop over to you after the after I finished to watch Friday Frolics with Daily Blase. Is absolutely brilliant. It's been great to see you a couple of days this week, to be honest. Yes, Elvin, I saw that you put a comment up that you need to collect some birch twigs. Yes. Autumn is always the best time to do that. Sorry, surviving with very little clothing on. I do have a top on. So, yeah. Like I said, guys, I can see that my image is buffering and slow. So if it does stop, I'm just going to quit for the afternoon and not carry on, not try and go live again. So just be aware of that. And I do want to say before I go, a massive thank you to my mods, to the wonderful Alistair, who has made a couple of super chats and who has gifted some memberships. Absolutely awesome. Awesome. Excuse me, guys. I have put another super chat goal up if anybody would like to join in the fun. The polls appeared. The polls. Pagan, hello, lovely to see you. I knew you'd put Freddie. I did. I thought I'll put Freddie Mercury because I know that one angry pagan will say Freddie. I'm torn between Kurt Cobain and Jim Morrison. So, yeah. Oh, Chris C., you're welcome. You're welcome. You do so much for me, and all of you guys do so much for me. It's just amazing. Hi, Kirsty. Lovely to see you. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going yet. At the minute, the poll is sitting at Freddie Mercury, 28%, David Bowie, 44%, Kurt Cobain, 8%, Jim Morrison, 20%. I'm going to end the poll now. So David Bowie is the winner, with Freddie second, Jim Morrison third, and Kurt Cobain last. Oh, Viper! Yay! You get the ribbon. I need to make a special one. I'll make a special one. You are absolutely awesome. You are absolutely awesome. Love you so much. Love you so much. Yes, and you'll see there's a pinned comment from Elle for the Good Law Project, supporting all of our trans friends, LGBTQIA plus community. We are with you. We support you. We've got your back, and we will do our best to help you. Elvin, Suzanne went for Bowie. Doc Davis, love the Doors. I do too. Freddie was just a bit too cabaret for me. Nirvana would be good too, though. Yeah. Bowie had to win. Yeah. Voted Jim. I chose Kurt Cobain. You saw him live. Oh, Sid, I am so gel. Heart-Shaped Box, favorite song, Heart-Shaped Box. I used to have a massive poster because I worked in the record industry in South Africa, and I used to have a massive poster of the In Utero album cover on my wall, and I had the two Guns N' Roses, the blue one and the red one, the November Rain. What's the name of the album? I can't remember the name of the album now. two of those, the red and the blue one as well. Riders on the Storm. Bowie was incredible despite being really sketchy. He was. His music was brilliant. And he, you know, all of those vocalists inspired people further down the line with music. Nirvana at the Burkeller in Bristol. Oh, I'm so jealous. So. You saw Bowie live, Rosemary's. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, obviously, I've not seen any of them live. I would have liked to have done. But I think Morrison passed before I was even born. What year did Jim Morrison pass? But I probably... I mean, I've got the Queen box set. I will actually bring it one day so I can show it off to Pagan, because I know he's dead gel about that. But I do love the Doors. I think, yeah. I don't know. It would be a difficult one to choose for me. You've met the lead singer's guitarists for Status Quo. Wow, I've met quite a few. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I've met quite a few different artists. Yeah. Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Leadberry cover. Yeah. Oh, where did you sleep last night? Brilliant track. Brilliant track. So some of you may have seen or heard, I'm going to save Rupert Lowe for Sunday, I think. But some of you may have seen or heard that Bob Jenrick was filling in for James O'Brien on LBC yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And oh my God, I actually have a comment that I put here. Because Jenrick was trying to twist what one of the people was saying to say, oh, but they were calling for a by-election for Clacton, but they weren't. So we'll listen to some of what he has to say in a minute. Right, let's play this. Let me know if you can hear it okay, guys.
As sensationally quit as Member of Parliament for Clacton. He's called a by-election. The writ is going to be moved.
Sensationally. No, temper tantrumly.
Moved in Parliament very soon by Lee Anderson, Reform's chief whip. And it's going to go to the people of Clacton. Nigel Farage has thrown down the gauntlet.
Oops, I did it again. Hi, Mikey. Lovely to see you. How are things over across the pond? What's he up to today? You've seen the Smiths live? Wow. I'm not a fan of Morrissey, I'm afraid. Honest Bob. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I also had Britney Spears come into my mind. That's why I sang it. Just like, there's a guy that I watch on, comes up on shorts on Facebook, and I think he's on TikTok as well. And he says, I'll tell you whether you're millennial, Gen X or boomer by, he gives one word. And yeah, you think of the song. Going out in a minute to buy vest tops and stuff. Good for you. Going to Warsaw on Sunday. Wow, that's wonderful. Have a fantastic time. Wow. You keep getting desynced on my phone. Don't worry. My laptop is doing a thing because it's so hot here, even though I've got the fan going behind it. Right, let's go back to Bobby.
But to his critics, he said that it's not for the old parties, Labour and the Tories, their acolytes in the media. It's not for the establishment to play judge, jury, and executioner. Ultimately, this is a democracy. It is for the people to decide. But what's happened in this great battle between the people and the establishment? Well, the other parties who spent weeks calling for a by-election are now saying they're not even going to stand a candidate at all. Apparently, this isn't even the right kind of by-election. We need another by-election later in the year after some reports have come out. Well, isn't it funny that the very people who wanted this are now not prepared to put up and actually test the British public's views?
The spin. They didn't want this by-election. They were just as surprised as everybody else when Farage had a temper tantrum and said he was going to resign and then restand. Is this a first in the United Kingdom where an MP has resigned and then said they're going to restand? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? There has to be a reason. Maybe there are 5 million reasons, but there has to be a reason. But the spin that he's putting onto this, saying that, oh, they were asking for a by-election. No, they weren't. It happens when somebody resigns. Farage announced it and said he would run again in a by-election. Because he wants the people of Clacton to decide his innocence. A lot of people in Clacton don't even know about the 5 million, let alone the, all the other bongs and stuff that he's done, or the temper tantrum. A lot of people didn't even know that he'd resigned. So Jenric's saying, oh, they want another by-election. Well, there will only be another by-election if Farage wins and is then found guilty. Then, depending on the level of guilt through this 5 million bong, allegedly, there would be another by-election because he would have to stand down. And I just think it would be so beautiful, so beautiful if Count Bimface won, because as Count Bimface says, he would save the people of Clacton another 300,000 quid, 300 and something thousand quid that he would save the people of Clacton. So basically, Farage has cost them money that could have gone into the resources that the bus driver was talking about that he wanted. And again, if he is found to be guilty from this allegation, then there would have to be another by-election, thereby costing the constituency more money, which equals less money for the constituency. And yet these people who live there just don't see it. They just don't see this. It's so sad. It's so sad. Sorry, I see there's, yes, dozens of MPs have resigned and then immediately stood for re-election, with the last time being in 2008 with David Davis. Okay, I wasn't sure. Thank you. 288,000, says Mikey. It's not up to the people of Clacton. How difficult is that to work out? Well, this is what I was saying earlier on when we were listening to the comments from people, that there's a lack of cognitive thinking. They don't understand how politics works. It is very, very sad that, because Farage is a cult. He's the same as MAGA in America. It's the same cult, just dialed down, a little bit. Farage models himself on Trump. But the American system and the British system are very, very different in politics. I don't understand the American system very well. So if you would like to find out more about the American system of politics, please follow the Bin podcast. Mikey Famine is in the chat. So if somebody could pop a link up to Mikey Famine's channel, that would be awesome. I do watch. He knows I do watch and go into chat and do my caw, my peacock sound, which is sounding more and more like a crow, I think. So yeah, I'll let you have racism if you vote for me. Yeah. That's it. It is racism. It is, a lot of the people that are voting for Froggage are the boomer generation. So that's the generation before me. Not all boomers. I will say that, not all boomers. And also the earlier Gen Xers, which sort of falls into my area. Although, I mean, it's sad because the boomers were the punks. You know, they were the punks, and they've turned into the people who own houses, and the rest of us don't. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I like doing my impressions. Previous MPs have resigned as an MP following their resignation from their party or defection to another party. Exactly. And Jenrick defected. And guess what? There was no by-election.
It reminds me a bit of the second referendum. All those people who were saying, well, you know, the people may have spoken, but they got it wrong. They're too stupid to decide. We need another one. It's not good enough. We need to trust the great British public. Is the establishment too cowardly to take on Nigel Farage?
I think Farage is throwing toys out of his pram.
Yeah.
He cannot deal with challenge, and so he has to have some kind of prima donna reaction. It's nothing to do with democracy, and you know his democratic vote has already been taken. The other parties shouldn't rise to the bait. He's just being a child. But I've got a question to ask. If the leader of any political party had their closest associates who were criminally or civilly liable for cases like fraud, falsifying business records, sexual abuse, defamation, accepting Russian bribes, and lying on camera, would you rightly call for that leader to be expelled and bringing the Parliament into disrepute?
Well,
Sorry, advert. Sorry. Yogurt. Muller Corner. Very nice.
Yes.
Another one. Curry's. Amazing deals. They've got amazing deals going on. Oh, I'm not allowed to advertise.
don't condone any of those things. And look, there are bad apples in politics and who hang around politics. I mean, look what we've seen over the course of the last year alone. We had Peter Mandelson made the ambassador to Washington, turns out to be the best friend of the world's most notorious paedophile. But all sorts of bad things happen. But I do think in a democracy, Al, the ultimate test of all this is the people. It's not some bureaucrat in the Palace of Westminster. It's not the other political parties who can play judge, jury, and executioner. It's the public. And the way to test the public, Al, surely, is to have a by-election. You know, that shows balls. I
can't believe he said balls on LBC. I thought he would have to say cojones or, you know, testicles or, you know, are you allowed to say balls on LBC? It wasn't bleeped out. But again, the spin, the deflection. Oh, yeah, all of these members in Reform did all of these things. But yeah, Peter Mandelson did that one thing. Yeah, I know. I detest I detest any politician who commits any sort of crime. I don't care what crime it is. But you guys all know that when it comes to PDFs and when it comes to S offences, they are, in my opinion, the worst possible crimes besides unaliving somebody. Yeah, it is the deflection. You know, they did it, so it's okay if we do it. But don't forget all of those things that happened to the Reform members, the Russian bribes and all of that lot happened well before Mandelson was discovered to have been best mates with Epstein. I see we've got one of our new, hi Jessica, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. I saw that you put up something about a American channel, which I didn't, I've not heard of them, so I'm pretty sure that you can't trust the great British public. Yeah, that's true. Brexit is a prime example. Yeah. I don't think it comes down to the lack of cognitive thinking, the lack of being able to see two sides and make an informed decision. The fact that the spin that the Brexit Party put onto everything, you know, they had Farage and Johnson, and both of them are, you know, populist politicians, the same way that Trump is. They both use their charisma, although I don't think it is charisma, but they con people because people see them as likable and affable and not part of the establishment, even though they are the bloody establishment. Yeah. So you can't, I've said this before, that we need to teach some sort of political understanding in school, you know, an understanding of what is left and what is right and what is centrist and what those terms mean in the basic sense. You know, I'm not talking about looking at the extremes of Marxism and communism and, you know, fascism, but actually looking at the basics of politics, what left wing means, what right wing means, and what centrism means. Because ultimately, the vast majority of people in the world are centrists and will live in that central area. Neither left nor right, but in between. They will have some left-wing thoughts and some right-wing thoughts. So you know, this is why they say a lot of people who go to university are lefties, because we've learned cognitive thinking. That's why we are able to see a situation for what it is and to see that capitalism does not work and is killing the planet. Sorry, I saw that we had one. Shade Vikin, lovely to see you. I'm so glad you are here. Thank you to the wonderful Viper Scott for his 10 gifted memberships. You are more than welcome to the channel. A certain Douglas Carswell defected to Refuck and held a by-election in Clacton. Absolutely. Absolutely. They also said, I think he says here that, you know, when, I can't remember the name of the guy who stood down in Makerfield to allow Andy Burnham to stand, you know, yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes on in politics. There is. But, you know, the country does need a new prime minister because Starmer is just not charismatic enough. I think he's really good with international affairs, but when it comes to, you know, the country and his ability to speak to people, he's too wooden. He's too wooden. You're staying cool. Good for you. Plants watered, coffee iced, 420. Oh, 420 is blazing. I'm so jealous. I am so jealous, Mikey. Could really do with that. A good friend of mine does some really good edibles, though. Sorry if I'm not reading all of the comments. There's loads of comments here, and I want to welcome all of the new people as well that are, you know, that have been following the channel. We've got half an hour to go before Daily Blase. Please pop another link to Daily Blase in the comments, guys. Oh, wonderful. You've got, I would describe the root of most of Starmer's problems would be that he can't sell. Yeah, he can't. He can't. He's not a salesman. Sales actually does help a lot when it comes to dealing with the public. It really, really does. It sort of teaches you how to put yourself forward and when to step back, and especially closing the deal as well. You know, I used to, when I worked in the music industry, I had a customer who would come in once a week for all the new stuff. He was very into his sort of Mariah Carey type albums and soul and R&B. And he'd come in every week and he'd be like, right, what have you got for me this week? And I'd end up selling him a pile of CDs like this. And this is when CDs were really expensive, when they first came out, and they were very expensive in South Africa. Oh no. Oh no. Gift of the gab. Absolutely. Absolutely, Suzanne. Absolutely. I'm not buffering here, so I'm still looking straight at the moment. It's not mine, it's Elle's end. Okay. Trouble with politicians in the leadership race of politics, they have to make so many compromises and potentially skullduggery to get where they want to be. Exactly. And it's not just getting where they want to be. You know, the party puts faith into that person. They generally put the person most qualified for that position in the job. You know, Reform, the members of Reform don't vote for the leader, whereas the members of the Tory party, the members of the Labour Party, the members of the Green Party, and I think the Lib Dems, I'm not 100% sure because I've never been a Lib Dem, vote for who they're going to have as leader. Personally, I joined the Green Party to vote for Zach Polanski because I do think he has some great, and it's okay, I'm still here. I do think he has some great policies, but I couldn't support Labour anymore. Okay. Let's go back to Honest Bob.
Is it back to the good people of Clapton? And maybe they'll back Nigel, maybe they won't. We're going to find out.
Why didn't you put him on that list?
Why did I put Nigel on what list? The list.
Why didn't you put him on that list?
The list of what? People who've done things wrong? Because I don't think Nigel's done anything wrong, Al, and nothing's been proven against him. You know, there's no allegations that have been proven. He's going to keep on arguing his case. He'll go before the commissioner in the House of Commons in due course. But he said that he wants to ultimately throw this back to the people who elected him. I'll just say this, Al. Just make this point to you, Al, and then I'll come back to you. The ultimate sanction that the commissioner in Parliament has, if he thinks that somebody's made a mistake, done something wrong, is to force a by-election. And so if you think about it, what Nigel's done is say, well, fine, I think I'm innocent. I don't think I've done anything wrong, but I'm going to short circuit the whole process. Let's not waste months, maybe even years, because these things do have a habit of going on a long time. Let's just cut to the chase, have the by-election, and ask the people what they think. And if it turns out that the people of Clapton, you know, are smart people who know what's going on, know the score, if they say, well, look, actually, we like Nigel Farage, we like Reform, we want him to represent us in Parliament, then that puts the whole thing to bed and we can all move on and start talking about the issues that really matter to people in this country. Some of the issues we're going to come back to later in this programme, like crime, like the economy, like immigration, and not just get caught up in playing games all the time. What do you think about that, Al?
Well, my point was, I was brought up to be and told that a character could be reached by the people they associate with. And he has his closest associates and mentors were criminally or civilly liable for the cases I mentioned earlier.
And I'm not sure what you're referring to. I think you're talking about this young man, George Cotterill, who was an individual who supported Nigel primarily before he became a member of Parliament, and was convicted of an offence in the US, was sorry for making a mistake, has actually written a book now to help the authorities to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. We've got a caller.
He completely sidestepped the fact that the caller had mentioned all of the names of the Reform Party members who had committed crimes, and went on to talk about George Cotterill, who is just a bunger. Completely sidestepping over that. And people don't see through it, unfortunately. The guy on the phone did. That's why he didn't go back to him, because he would have said to him, but I was talking about the Reform members. And yes, Elvin, you said that Reform are a business. Yeah, they are a business. They were started as a PLC. Can I just remind you that Jen Rick is being investigated by the Met Police over his donations as well, and Richard Tice, and the lot of them. The lot of them. Shooting bail for them. Yeah. He is apologizing. He is apologizing for what they've done. He's glossing over it. He's painting a different picture. He's taking specific parts of what that guy said, the caller said, and going, well, you know, so it's a clip. It becomes a clip that he can use on his channel, that Reform can use on their channel to say, this is what the caller thinks. It's all clickbait.
Now coming up from Sheffield, and it's John. Hello, John.
Hi, Robert.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
I am having a good morning. And what's your point?
I think that Nigel Farage isn't a sensible candidate, even when compared with Count Binface. In the last general election, the Reform Party promised to bring in 40,000 new police officers, whereas in one of Binface's more recent manifestos, he suggested only increasing it by 20,001. I think this is better costed, and quite frankly, I think it's a more sensible candidate.
Well, I do think that Count Binface is an interesting character. Nigel's been in the House of Commons now for 2 years, and so I think he's used to hearing people who've got robotic voices and a head full of rubbish. So I'm sure he'll be able to take on Binface. But don't you think it's a bit of an insult to the electorate that all the other party leaders are not putting up candidates? I mean, you've had Keir Starmer for a long time now. He's been saying that he thinks Nigel Farage is a danger to the public, he thinks that he's a threat to, I think, national security at one stage. You've had Andy Burnham making big statements about how it's incredibly important to defeat Reform. Kemi Badenoch said she wanted this by-election. Now they're not putting any candidates up themselves. Don't you think that the electorate in Clacton deserve to have a choice and be able to vote for Tories, Labour, Greens, whatever it might be, rather than just Count Binface?
Sorry, Muller corner again. Yogurt. For those who don't know Muller. It is a nice yogurt, but I have fat-free yogurt. Have I frozen? No.
Is it my chance to talk now?
Yeah, go for it. What would you like to say?
Well, I think Count Binface makes quite actually more sensible than you think unity candidate. He suggests reducing the voting age to 16, which is something that's come up a lot in the Labour Party. And the Green Party obviously care about recycling. And actually, he's been able to adapt quite a lot. So actually, the guy playing Count Binface used to be Lord Buckethead. He completely changed his facade when it came under scrutiny. A bit like you, Robert. So he has a lot going for it. He just cares about the cost of living, quite frankly.
All right. Well, John, thank you very much indeed. So we've got one.
I'm glad that John from Sheffield has his head screwed on tight, because he's South Yorkshire and I'm just down the road from him. So, yeah. Because Farage and the rest of Deform racist joke do pose a threat to the national security of the UK. They do. They do. They do. And people don't see it. People don't see it. I was having a very interesting conversation with, I think they were a Russian bot, telling me about saying that Zelensky was the warmonger. So I countered it with, well, where are the 20,000 children that were kidnapped? No response back. It is so vital that we keep ourselves aware of what is actually happening in the world, and that we make sure we know and understand all sides of the story, not just the one side of the story, but all sides of the story. When I first saw those tanks on the border of Ukraine, I said to my partner at the time, I think it was in December, wasn't it? And it was 2 days before the war started. And I said to my partner at the time, I said, yeah, Russia's going to invade. And then 2 days later, you were right. Yeah, I knew I was right. And, they were saying that it was war, maneuvers. Come on. People aren't that stupid. Will I meet you for a few minutes after this? Are we going to have some 420? I will, Mikey. I don't know how. I honestly do not know how. Are you on my Discord server, the Witchy Goth? Go onto the Discord server, the Witchy Goth Discord server, and we can chat there, and we can have a natter, if that's all right. You like Greek yogurt, I do too. Your CPU temperature just hit 75 degrees. That's fine, Chris C. I completely understand. Mine's dropping. And it's not even, it doesn't even feel hot. And the fan's on the one side, it's the other side that's getting hot. So that computer's fine. Oh, no. No. Can you still see me? No, you can't. I have frozen, haven't I? Have I frozen? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Has my computer also just crashed? Has my stream crashed, guys? I can't see my microphone working. I think it has, hasn't it? I think it's crashed. Oh, fuck. I'm still streaming. Okay. Okay, right. Yeah, I can see now. I can see the microphones going up and down. So thank you, guys. Thank you. I am not frozen. I'm melting. I'm melting. Okay, good, good. At least I'm still going. So yeah, and it is a tactic that politicians use, and people need to be aware of it. People need to be aware of that spin. It's narcissism. It is Darvo. It is gaslighting. It is all of those things woven into these people. And that's why they become politicians. And I do think that that's why there are not as many female politicians that are in parliament, are in governments, because, and I'm not generalizing, because I know that there are men out there that are good men, but most women are kind and caring. And so their politics work in a different way. My local MP, what's her name? Natalie Fleet, is now taken over from Jess Phillips's position. She was SA'd and groomed when she was 12. And I'm glad that she was given that role, because I did actually vote for her when I was still a Labour member. I did actually vote for her because of that, because of her stance on, women's rights. And so I think that women bring a different side of politics into it, unless you're Margaret Thatcher or Liz Truss, who was just an absolute idiot. Spin to win or bin it. Hopefully we'll bin it.
Quarter of Count Binface are there. So we're going to go to another caller, and this is Kevin in Oxford. Kevin, what would you like to say?
Yes, morning. If I can make a couple of good points, then
go for it.
Come back to me. Okay, it's absolutely scandalous that nobody is standing candidates in that by-election. That is what happens in politics. So for me, yes, they're running totally petrified against Nigel Farage.
And Kevin, why do you think that is?
Well, can I finish my second point?
Yeah,
Come back to me, otherwise we're not going to be singing to the same hymn sheet. So secondly, now Burnham, they stood down a Labour candidate to enter another Labour candidate Now, the reason of that is he was burning justly for the prime ministerial job. No different from Farage is justly for the prime ministerial job. So they're equally from the same shell. So personally, I think that, all this fuss is crazy because there has to be candidates to stand. And it's an insult. It's an absolute insult to Clapton.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, isn't it? The way in which these two by-elections have happened. That
it's not an insult to Clacton, it's an insult to Farage. And rightly so. Jenrick didn't stand back for a by-election. Braverman. Who else went over to 30p Lee? None of them went into by-elections for when they changed party. So it is the pot calling the kettle black. And this is just a stunt. It's a cunning stunt. I think DB said that the other day, didn't he? Clactonianism. Yes. It is just absolutely, it's bonkers. It's just bonkers. Politics is really, when you follow it as closely as you guys do, and many of the people, we all watch a lot of political channels. It is a joke. It is an absolute joke, and it's sad. It's sad that people don't see the truth of what's going on behind the curtain, what the wizard is doing. Hello, Liebchen, lovely to see you. Very hot. You're feeling met again and fed up because you have diabetic foot ulcer. Oh my goodness. No alcohol, Liebchen. No alcohol. Please take care of your foot. Please take care of your foot. It's an insult to the system and denudes politics caused by frog face. Absolutely. No sunbathing or driving either, so I'm stuck in the house. Oh, mind you, being away from the sun at the moment with the heat that it is, you probably frazzle. Yeah, so maybe it's a good thing being out of the sun, but please take care of your foot. Very, very important.
the one in Makerfield, which was obviously just set up by Josh Simons, the bloke who stepped down and is now going to get some plum job in number 10 by the sounds of things, doing comms for Andy Burnham if he becomes our Prime Minister. That was posited as this great, momentous election, very important. This one suddenly is a gimmick. We don't need by-elections anymore. Why are we doing this? It does feel like double standards, doesn't it?
This is totally what I'm talking about. Now, we are third world with our politics now. The laughing stock of the world divides Europe.
You have no fucking clue what third world politics are like. Sorry. We are third world with our politics. Absolute bollocks. And they're saying, again, the spin. It's, not having a by-election, not standing candidates. He didn't have a by-election. He knows. He knows exactly what he's saying. He knows exactly what he's saying. And he knows, and he's spinning it, and he's hoping that other people don't hear it. Suzanne, I have to comment on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stay pale, interesting and safe if you can. I agree with you, because skin cancer is not fun. I have been very, very badly back. And I try to stay out of the sun. And when I do run, I wear sunscreen, and I try and run in the forest because obviously it's shadier. I'm getting the overwhelming urge to smack Rob Jenrick. Yeah, completely get you. Don't forget, guys, Daily Blase will be live in 10 minutes time. If somebody could pop up a link to Daily Blase's channel for Friday Frolics. I've lost track of his speech and I'm not too sure where it's headed, but I know where it started, and that's what you've got to keep in mind. Has anyone seen my hat? I've got my hat because I was going to read something else, but we've had no time. So I'll save that for Sunday. and you're not a violent person. I know, Chris C. I feel the same. I feel the same. Do you like my hat? I think I should make them and start selling them. I can put them out on the street. And did you know, just something that I was reading this morning, that when you've got like old used tinfoil that you've got, you know, if you've been using it over cooking and stuff, keep it because it helps clean. It's like, so you don't have to pay for like scourers. Gets rid of calcium buildup on the taps and stuff.
You know, since in 4 years over the Brexit period, before they ironed out Brexit, there was no politicking done in this country. It was sticks and stones in the playground. It went on for 4 years. There was no politicking. That's what crucified this country financially and politically, you know, as far as I'm concerned. So really, you know, for me, who do I lean towards? I'm in a kind of wilderness. I may lean towards Nigel because he talks constantly about what he's going to do rather than throwing sticks and stones at other people that are doing nothing, you know. So, you know, it's a difficult, you know, place at the moment, politics. But, you know, it's scandalous that no one is standing in that, you know, against that by-election. It's absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, Kevin, thank you very much indeed. Well, I certainly agree with that. And isn't it strange that we're about to have a new Prime Minister in Andy Burnham, and the media are providing next to no scrutiny about what he's actually going to do? People don't really have any idea what his plans are. My daughter, who...
Farage doesn't do anything. He's not done anything. Just put my hand on the UPVC window frame and it's roasting. Oh, be careful there, Chris C. That was something. Maybe put tinfoil facing the other way so that it reflects the light. It might break the window though. But anyway, politicians should not be allowed to host TV shows, radio shows, or podcasts. I agree 100% with you, Chrissy. I don't think they should. It was Farage the first one to do it. Was he the first one to do it? But saying that, you know, they pussyfooted around with Brexit. Well, they did. But, you know, when you look back at how it was done, it was just a complete mess. It was a complete mess. They had no clue what they were doing. It was a sham. It was, again, money making. You can guarantee that Froggage and all his cronies here have money on bets, probably not through your normal betting systems, you know, your normal betting companies like William Hill and Betfred and so on. But they'll have money riding on it and how it's going to go. They'll be making money. That's just what they do. And that there was the one that I played earlier, the Daily Mirror stuff that I played earlier, the interviews that were done there. The one guy said, but that's what they all do. They all make money. But they're not supposed to. Because it's become so normalized in politics for politicians to steal money, to, you know, it's what people then start to believe that, oh, well, they're politicians, so they're allowed to do it. No, they're not allowed to do it. They're not allowed to do it. Farage probably was the first with him being a grifter and all. I think he was, wasn't he? Because he had a show on LBC, didn't he? And I know that David Lammy did a few as well. So, yeah, it is just absolutely ridiculous. Any news, Chrissy, on Anne Widdecombe yet and what the police are going to say about that? Because it's 5-2, so I'm not going to go back to that interview there because it's distressing to listen to the bollocks coming out of Robert Jenrick's mouth. Although there is something that I do want to do before I go. Because what I found out is when you play a song, if it's at the end of the show, they come and they say, okay, this is possibly a thingy, copyright issue, But if you delete the sounds, you'll get away with it. So there is a song that I want to play. Should come up actually because it's one of my favorite songs. So I'll play it in a bit. No. There we go. We wouldn't have gotten Femi challenging Farage so often. Oh, I know. I love it when he plays back his old stuff. When he was ringing up LBC with all the different voices and stuff that he would challenge Farage with. It was brilliant. It was not the first sitting MP to host a TV show. Labour MP Austin Mitchell did TV career while in office. Okay. Austin Mitchell, was he on BBC? That was a long time ago, I think, wasn't it? I think that might have been back when trying to remember now, the name rings a bell. No news yet, though interestingly, Badenoch and Starmer have put out statements, but Farage and Reform have been very quiet on the matter. She was unalived in her home in Dartmoor, not 20 odd miles from you. Wow, 70s and 80s. Yes, I would have been alive and living here. I was alive and living here at the time. Yeah, I can see him in my mind's eye. I know who he is now. So yeah, it is a thing that needs to be stopped. And hopefully when Burnham gets in, he will stop it. We need press reform. Desperately need press reform. There are many reforms that we need, but press reform is one of them, most definitely. Guys, I am going to head off. It's 2 minutes to go. And of course, Daily Blase is up at 5 p.m. Elle seems to have disappeared. I hope she's okay. I'll check on Discord in a moment. Mikey, if you want to go onto my Discord server and we'll connect there somehow, because I still haven't checked my bloody emails since I opened that email account. Thank you to all of my mods. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Welcome to all the new members. Welcome to any new subscribers. Thank you. Big, massive thank you to Viper Scott for the gifted memberships and the super chats today. Absolutely made my day. So I'm going to play out with a song called Black Roses. It's by a band called Dead Soul Revival. Oh, for goodness sake, now they want to ask me a question. None of the above. Bugger off. Sorry, stop. Bye, guys. I will be back on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. to chat about stuff and nonsense. If you go to Daily Blase, I'll see you there later. Blessed be, guys. Doesn't want to end.